Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Ecuador.
We are in Quito, and yes, it is raining. And today we're going to climb a mountain.
But we're going down in a different way. Let's go ride. There must be like 30 bikes on there. There will be some crashes. It's raining, it's muddy.
Oh my god, it's gonna be slippery.
Good morning.
Good morning, are you ready?
Hells yeah.
Yes. And we're going to drive until the 4,600 meters. And from there we go higher to the park, to the base camp, to the 4,864. The hiking, my friends, it's not difficult. The hard thing here is the breathing, the altitude. And we will be back to the Quito city more or less around 3:30 or 4:30 p.m. Okay?
So we've been driving for just over an hour now, and that is Cotopaxi volcano behind us. It is an active volcano, and we will be hiking up there and then mountain biking back down today. We've just made a quick pit stop so that we can grab some breakfast before our hike. We're actually hiking up to 4,600 meters, which is crazy high in altitude. It's the highest Max and I have ever been. So luckily there is a store here. We can stop, we can buy some gloves, we can buy some sugar, some lollies or something to keep us, because we might get altitude sickness.
And then to know we're also biking down some of that makes it so much more thrilling and exciting.
We've never done mountain biking before, either of us. We've obviously done cycling. If you've been following along with our channel, you know we've done a cycling trip before, but this is gonna be way, way different.
The coffees are coming.
Yes.
Gracias.
Wow, breakfast is massive.
Struggling to make our way up, getting very high, like we are in Snoop Dogg's lungs.
Gracias.
Nice, love it.
Oh my god, it's so cold.
It's not that cold actually. It's just like the wetness, humidity.
It's
love
cold.
it.
Don't listen to him. And we can't see.
This guy's like
We
a
can see
ice
nothing. The mountain's there.
crab. I think it's a volcano.
The volcano is there and we see nothing.
And we just got dropped off at 4,600 meters. That's pretty high, highest we've ever been.
Yeah.
And we have a climb of 200 meters of altitude to 48. So 4864. It is. You can feel the altitude now, breath.
Yeah, it's not that steep, but
It is high. Highest we've ever been.
hard.
But the cool stats is that we'll be higher than the Mont Blanc, which is the highest mountain in Europe. Take that, Europe. Time to be alive, guys. This is what we live for. So yeah,
Let's
so
go.
now we hike.
Oh my god! All of a sudden, this huge building just came out of nowhere. We're there! That wasn't so bad.
Oh, it's pretty good. And the best part, our guide said it's the best hot chocolate in town.
I think also might be the only hot chocolate in town. So we've just reached the base camp, obviously, which means we're at 4,864 meters in elevation. Woo, that is high, guys. Honestly, if I can do it, y'all can do it too. So far, it's an amazing adventure. 864 meters.
Oh my god! The snow!
Snow!
You weirdo.
It's a little tiny bit of snow, but it's snow. Ready?
Just because we have a little bit more time, we're going to go a little bit higher. They say don't go. We're going to go a little bit, not too much.
So you want to go a little bit more?
Hells yeah.
Okay.
Oh, someone's dropping
Does
bombs
we
here.
miss out on a hot chocolate though?
No.
Okay, as long as we don't
Because
miss
we're
out.
doing good progress. We have time.
Because we're so fit and amazing. Okay, the extra little bit, way more challenging. It's like twice as steep. Way harder than I thought it was gonna be. Maybe I should have stayed and just drunk some hot chocolate. All right, we are about to cross the 5,000 meter threshold.
Holy 5,001.
From the base camp?
5,000 meters. Oh my god.
Do a high five. High five for 5.
Oh my god, that was hard. 5,000 meters. I'm just trying. What time is it?
5,000 meters o'clock. That's what time it is.
No. It's time for just one thing.
Chocolate. Oh, this is good and sweet. Oh, it's so good.
So good. Look, it's still there. Oh my god, there's a fox right there. An Andean fox. Oh my god, it's huge. It's like the size of a dog. Oh my god. Oh, it's beautiful. Love it. He's so cute. That was so cool.
Unexpected.
So awesome. This day is like the best day ever.
And we still haven't done what we actually originally came here for.
I love Ecuador. This is so much fun. It legitimately feels like I'm skiing down this mountain. The sand is so soft.
Much easier to go down than it is to go up, obviously.
Much funner too.
Much funner. Dead evil, whatever.
Crazy how much you can't see. I can see why it would be dangerous in the bikes. All over these fields behind me is Ecuador's national flower. I think it's pronounced chichicawa, but it's this orange flower that's like really adaptable and grows high up in the cold altitude where flowers don't normally grow. I think it's a bit of a symbol from what we've been told for like Ecuadorian people, that like, you know, they're very hardy, grow in difficult environments. We're about to mountain bike down Cotopaxi, the highest, most active volcano in all of South America. So scary!
How are you feeling?
Scared, unstable, it's so bumpy.
It is crazy here. Absolutely stunning. Wow, the views are just insane.
Whatever that word is. Ew. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Talk about a workout. Wow. That was so fun. Whew. I want to do another bike trip.
You're ready for that one now?
So excited.
That's a lot of fun.
That was so cool. This has been such an amazing tour. Coming to the Ecuadorian mountains, they're so different than the mountains that from Colombia or anywhere in Central America where we've just been. The landscape has just changed so much, and just like an adventure day out here has been so cool. Definitely, if you get a chance and you come to Quito, do this tour. It's the bike and hike tour. We'll of course leave a link in the description below. Amazing, so amazing. That tour was amazing. We actually booked this tour through our accommodation, and we don't normally do big group tours like that because it is a little bit hard to film, but we loved that tour so much. So I also thought I would give you a little tour of our accommodation because actually it's amazing. So I'll start right here in our room. It is massive and it has these huge windows with the best view ever. So we are right next to the old town, and this view of that huge church from our bedroom. Technically, we are staying at a hostel. It's called Community Hostel, but we have booked a massive private room all to ourselves. But let me show you around the rest of the place as well. The whole accommodation kind of feels like you're staying at your grandma's house, but in like the best possible way. It's gorgeous. So just down the hall from our room is this big communal table, and we've been using it as our workstation along with a couple of other people who are staying here as well. And again, massive, huge windows which let in lots of natural light, and you can see an amazing view of the city. You don't get a private bathroom, but the communal bathrooms are so nice, like nice old-fashioned style bathrooms, and they're massive, and most importantly, they're clean, and there's multiple on each floor. You creep. Upstairs, we are on the rooftop level, and I think this might just be the best part of this entire hostel. Honestly, just this rooftop makes it worth it. Apart from the fact that it's also just a really nice hostel. There's a huge seating area here, and of course, that same view that we had from our bedroom window, but even better. And if you're a solo traveler or you really just like to make friends, every single night they do something different here. So every night they have a family dinner, which you can order here for just $7. And they also do different events. Last night they had a Halloween party, the night before that was karaoke. Tonight is a pub crawl. So they're kind of drinking based events, as you can tell, but if you like to make new friends, you like to have a little bit of a party, this is a great hostel for you. One thing to note is that it can get kind of loud. It's an old building, so the soundproofing isn't that great, so if you're a light sleeper, bring earplugs. If you want to stay here as well, we'll pop a link in the description so you can book this same accommodation. It's about $50 AUD per night with a private room. I'm guessing the dorm rooms are cheaper if you're a solo traveler or a super budget traveler, but honestly, we are so happy here, and this view, I can't get over it.
Gracias.
Just in case.
Tonight's the third night. Anyway, just under a week.
Good morning, beautiful people. I know that yesterday it was our first day in Quito, and we actually left the city completely and went to Cotopaxi. We haven't actually shown you anything in Quito, but today we are starting the day with a walking tour through our community hostel. I've just walked past my group. I'll head back to them and we're gonna show you all around Quito. Plus, we're gonna be heading to the equator later on.
Welcome to this market that is called Central Market. Many people from South America, we believe in the power from the nature. The Ecuadorians, we prefer to drink the amaranth in a tea that is called horchata.
Okay, so our first stop here on the walking tour is the Central Market. This is actually right next to where we're staying, so it's very conveniently located.
The lady behind us actually used to, or still does, but gives you plants for any medication. She gives you something for the bad vibes, and yeah, you just basically go to her. She has different plants for every sort of symptoms that you may have. So it's basically something that could be considered back in the day as a witch. Basically, locals come here, and you also have like a little room in the back for, I think he said $8 US. She basically treats you, sits you down, and basically removes the bad vibes. So yeah, different way of doing medicine in a more natural, holistic way.
We just got our first taste of a Ecuadorian drink. This is horchata. It's made from the amarillo flower. Wow, it's really thick. It's really nice though. It's sweetened with honey, so it's still a very sweet drink. But yeah, it's meant to be good for you, I guess. It's got some lemon juice in it. This is something that you'll find all over the streets of Ecuador, and apparently it's about 50 cents for a cup.
So in this case, if you ask me which is a dish that has every ingredient or one ingredient for every region of my country, encebollado is the answer. Encebollado is a fish soup that in this moment on the Atlas taste stay on the second ranking of the best fish soup around the world. The first one, it's called ramen, and the second one around the world, encebollado. This, my friends, is the best cure against the hangover. Pay attention. Ecuadorian loves a party. Yesterday was a weekend. So in this case, the people love this one as a breakfast, as a lunch, because it's very cheapest. Just $2. Today we taste more than 10 fruits.
Okay, so this is a yellow dragon fruit, which I've never had, but Diego just told us that this is apparently more delicious than the pink dragon fruit, or pitacaya.
Do you like it? I love it. So what happened with this? I'm gonna give one fact about this.
Oh my god, it's so good.
So in this case,
I love dragon fruit. This is
very
amazing.
delicious. Never make my mistake. 6 years ago, in one day I tried 3. Bad idea, because I stay close to the restroom for 2 days.
Mango and some salt. This is like goes against my very being, but when in Ecuador. Oh.
My city has 25 different churches, 6 convents, 8 cloisters, from the end of the 16th century until the end of the 19th century. This beverage is called canelazo. Why? Canelazo is a beverage that begins when you process the juice from naranjilla. Do you remember the sour fruit that smells as a kiwi? You process the juice. You boil it with cinnamon, cloves, anise. You add a little bit of sugar, and on top, this beverage has the Ecuadorian vitamin. Do you know which is the alcoholic beverage in my country? The name is called aguardiente, similar like the Colombian aguardiente, okay? But in Colombia, the aguardiente from there, it has anise. This one without anise.
We're trying a local alcoholic drink. We barely had breakfast and it's only midday, but salud.
Yeah. The thing that Welcome to Chocolandia. This is the angry face, and here a happy face. Remember, 100%.
Gracias.
Look at you.
Unlucky me.
Unlucky. That's how it goes.
100%.
So loud. 100%.
It's good.
Are so good. The best part of the tour.
Remember,
This one's a mystery chocolate, and we have to guess the flavor.
Yeah, the other one is with orange.
That was a good one.
This brand change.
Ecuadorian chocolate.
We have one candy that the name is very strange because we used to call it in Spanish caca de perro, dog poop. One typical candy that comes from the colonial time, it's called mistela. It has a surprise inside it, please. Salud!
Salud. Oh.
Holy moly.
I don't like it.
This candy has one shot of alcohol
Alcoholic
inside.
inside.
And the shot of alcohol is called blue beer. It's another kind of aguardiente that comes from the Andes.
Are we in Quito or are we in Europe?
In this moment, remember we are on the street from the Seven Crosses. If you visit my country, if you are here in this city, but if you never visit this temple, you never been here. In front of us, we have the finest Baroque temple around the world. The name is called La Compañía de Jesús Church. When the indigenous finished those temples, the Spaniards, they forbidden the entrance. Why? Because they say, because you practice witchery, you are indigenous, you are forbidden the entrance to take the mass service inside it. I thought for you.
Thank you.
We just finished our walking tour and we're saying goodbye to the group, but it was absolutely amazing. Quito is a beautiful city, and the best way to explore any city when you first see it is to jump on some kind of like walking tour or cycling tour or something like that. The best part about this one is it is free, it's gratuity only, and we got to try so much food. It was amazing.
It was really good.
Thank
Really
you.
knowledgeable.
Yes, thank you, Diego. But now we have to go to the middle of the world.
By year, the 21st of March, 23rd of September.
So, for those of you who didn't know, Ecuador actually translates directly to equator, and that's because the equator goes directly through this country. So, of course, whilst we're here, we have to come to the equator line because it's just fun. Why wouldn't you do that? The funny thing is that they actually built a monument and a museum and all this stuff where the equator line was. And then a few years later, they discovered that they'd actually built it 200 meters south of where it actually is. So what we are doing right now is we're going to the official equator line, and then we're gonna go to the monument that they built and check that out as well.
Welcome to my country in Ecuador, okay? So all the devices are synchronized with the same commercial satellite. That's why you will have 4 segments. But now I will synchronize to the military GPS. Come closer and look. 0 degrees, 0 minute and 0 seconds and little milliseconds south. So it means that now, my friends, we are divided. Southern hemisphere and I'm in north. And here you can see that. Okay, so according with the actual technology or the technology of the militaries are more accurate. So welcome to the real latitude 0, that little totem there. And now I become your photographer. Okay. According with the indigenous people, the shadow represents winter time or planting season. So it means that all the northern countries, they are in winter time since September 23rd. That's why we said only that we have only 2 seasons, cold and hot. Okay, or rainy days and more rainy days. So by 6 months, this shadow reflects every day at the west, but depends the season move to the north or to the south. Okay, because now we knew the months, I can tell you with certainty that from March through September, the shadow will be moved in the southern hemisphere. But from September to the next March, the shadow moved in the northern hemisphere, representing the change of seasons. But only twice a year the shadow disappeared, and that happened at equinox days, March 21st and September 23rd. In those days the shadow reflects in the same spot, but no longer moves to the north or south. The shadow becomes straight, little by little, until at noon disappeared. That phenomenon the Quitos called Inti Raymi, like the festivity to the sun god, because they took this phenomenon like a sign to change the season. In the hemispheres, the planet moves only 0.08 kilometers per hour, but in the center, 1,755 kilometers per hour. The geodesical mission, the French community, they wants to be the 0 longitude. That's why they create the Greenwich line. And you guys can see that pass from here, in waters. So they cannot make any measurements in regards of the curvature of the Earth. So they travel to the next 90 degree, water, 3rd degree, water, 4th degree, Galapagos, not Ecuador, Galapagos Island, that belongs to Ecuador. But here, there's no big mountains. So they move to the closest point. And in Ecuador, you know that we have the Andes. And in the Andes, we have the Chimborazo volcano as the biggest mountain close to the sun and farthest from the core of the Earth. So that's why they choose Ecuador as the middle of the world. Do we have a swirl in the surface of the water? No, right? The leaf just goes straight. Let's go to south. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Clockwise direction, right? And now, let's go to Canada. Counterclockwise direction.
I gotta say that this is very fascinating, geeky science. I really love it. Like, I never thought this was actually true, the whole spinning of the flesh in the southern hemisphere, flesh in the northern hemisphere. But it's true, and it's a lot of fun to just play around with it.
Well done.
Egg master.
But now, not on the north, on the south.
No.
So guys.
So we've just been playing some games and doing some tests, because when you're like 1 meter off the equator line, your strength and balance is so much greater than when you're directly on like the 0-0 center of the equator line. You lose everything, basically.
It's insane.
It's mind-blowing, but it was really fun to learn, and our guide said it's because basically the forces, as soon as you take a few steps off, the forces are pulling you in one direction, and it kind of, that's what you're used to. But when you're on that 0-0, like there's nothing, so you just kind of like lose weight, you lose strength and all of that.
Okay, now officially recognized as the visitor of the museum.
Look at that! So it's kind of a key thing that they do is they give you a little, you come to the equator passport stamp. So like I said earlier, that is the official equator, center of the equator line. Now we're gonna go to where they thought the equator line was originally.
Build everything.
And they built huge monuments, but it's not really it, but it's symbolic. So we're gonna go check it out.
It's crazy to see the amount of money that went to this monument, only to realize they messed up. But there's Douglas, that's fine. Wait. Yeah, you almost have it. Yeah, don't move.
Left or right?
You're perfect. It's right in the middle.
Are you being mean? Super fun day that we've had today exploring Quito. I really enjoyed this city. It has been such a fun 48 hours in Quito, and we do have to give a huge thank you to Community Hostel for organizing all of our tours and suggesting these amazing tours to us, because we really enjoyed them. Really beautiful city. Cotopaxi was amazing. We loved it.
Oh yes, actually, yeah. That bike ride was absolutely insane. Yeah.
But we will leave a link in the description for everything that we've done as usual. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Bye. And just come to this lake, and there's these ducks over there, and they're so cute. They're like diving their head under, and their little booties are just sticking up above the water. It's so adorable.